Following video contains spoilers, sarcasm, lies, exaggeration, drug references, unhinged ranting, crude humor, sex jokes, disregard for canon, and a lack of concern for your political beliefs.
Honestly, I don't take myself too seriously, and neither should you.
とても闇と同じ空間にいられる精神状態ではない。
もう体は大丈夫なのかよ。
God, I hate this season. Beginnings, Part 1. We meet the first Avatar and learn how it is never a good idea to get between an abusive couple. This is the best pair of episodes in Season 2, but it ruins the lore, and shows why we can't have good things in Season 2. So, worst Avatar right now, Korra is in a coma. Dickhead fire monks check her with sparklers and determine the best treatment is a hammock bath. Feeling the zen, Korra sees her underutilized spirit mentor Aang going through a bunch of other avatars, though we only really care about Roku and Kyoshi, though mostly Roku, till we get to the first one, in an origin story that no one wanted, because we all just kind of assumed the Avatar was just always a thing. But, that aside, this is the first Avatar, Wan, aka Nickelodeon's Aladdin. After stealing from some guards, he returns home to show us what a good guy he is because he steals for the poor. Oh god, okay. So backstory time. This is Woody. He has a real name, but I don't care to look it up. Apparently, when a spirit passes through humans, they become mutants. It's dumb, and it's here to stay. Tired of just committing larceny, Wan fakes joining a hunting trip so he can get firebending from the lion turtles, which turns out fuck being connected to the elements or spirituality. Bending is just a handout from turtle cats. Lying about going home and refusing to turn in his fire. Burn the rich Wan and his friends attack some fat cat. But this is a kid's show, so Wan can't go through with the murder. He's caught and exiled to the spirit Pokemon world, meeting a Thundercats character in the jungle, who won't let him hang with the rest of the spirit rejects. But then Wan can't go through with eating an animal, so not Impmon possesses a guy, saving the street rat from death. Because non-violence immediately makes you a saint. Until in every other circumstance where violence just makes you the hero. Get a montage of Wan growing older and learning from dragons, because you have to maintain the original canon somehow. Little rocking the look Wan decides he wants to backpack through Spirit Europe before settling down, eventually running into the world's most abusive kites, who are beating the crap out of each other, and Wan, being the chivalrous, upstanding fellow we've seen him to be, decides to believe the sinister Black One, splitting them apart, except oops, the Black Kite is evil. Who could have predicted this? Everyone. Beginnings Part 2. Wan joins Light Spirit Rava in getting back at her ex. They cross beams and make an avatar, while the generic Doomsday Titan is now trapped to the planet's align. When this episode ends, the hell begins. Picking things up after the last one, Light Kite Rava flies off to go lock down her man again. Teen heartthrob Wan goes back to traveling the world, running into airbenders, who apparently can stand on clouds, so suck it, Zahir. Determined to get into the party and steal their women, Wan launches himself into the flying lion turtle. But sadly, it's not the sexy type of cult. And the Spirited Away toys are doing evil meth. Evil weather vane Vatu is here to be generic. Employing the Richard Pryor method of healing, Wan burns the poor things, help cool them off. Shrinking Rava pops in to help, and Better Without You Vatu rubs it in. Listen Navi has an idea, and they start cramming Wan with all the elements. But he can only use one, so Rava has to carry his baggage. After a while of collecting power-ups, homeless Wan runs into his old friends, who've just been burning down and destroying nature. Because humans. He ends up getting caught between a turf war between the spirit and humans. This is all blamed on Vatu, by the way, because evil. Checking off the boxes, Wan tries to meditate, but passes out from the overusing the elements. Later during the final battle, because I skipped ahead because there's nothing else worth mentioning, Wan becomes the Avatar after touching the light. He gets the kite stuck in the tree, and then we just skip right to Wan's death and the beginning of the Avatar cycle. Got the message Korra wakes up, steals a ride, and it's off to the rest of the shitty season. The Guide. Korra needs a new spirit tuner when Tenzin turns out is sucky at it. Even Bolin thinks that the love triangle is just too much, and Varric is the only consistently enjoyable character in this season. Jinora, it turns out, is a kid from The Sixth Sense. Korra is back in the story. Tenzin kisses the rest of his vacation goodbye. Evil bored Unalaq takes his kids to the spirit realm for an evil picnic. Bolin is ripping off Star Wars, and when Mako and Asami pop in, he can't believe they're back together. Tenzin is winging this whole spirit guide thing before dumping it on his daughter. Cut back to the city, Varric is intimidatingly comedic, offers Mako an unsettled threat to drop the investigation, returning home to bad romance, which is interrupted by bad cops, who then arrests him for being a hoe. Then we move to Air Stonehenge, where they purify some bats, and they're off to Wonderland. No, not that one. A new spiritual age. It's a wonderland of references and callbacks. Korra is unimpressed by the new saccharine spirit world. Talking animals are spirits, and they are very unimpressive. And after a sinkhole, Korra is now a fussy toddler. So she's the same. Ira was here to play on our nostalgia, even though it should be Aang, but hey, they didn't want to upstage Korra by bringing him back. Having a tea party, I begin to question how death works in this universe, and I ignore all the bland foreshadowing. Over in another Avatar reference, Jinora finds a library with the owl from the Princess Diaries. After explaining podcasts to him, Jinora stumbles upon the professor, and also, bam, Solus from Dragon Age is here. Korra goes on a journey that I don't care about. If I'm being honest, when it comes to season 2, I only remember up to the Wan episodes, then everything else is just a haze. Then the kaiju battle happens, and I can't stop fucking thinking about it. Blah blah blah, die in this world, die in the real world. Unalaq is holding Jinora hostage. Korra opens the other spirit portal, because we can't have a child die on this show. In front of us, Korra almost dies, then she wakes up to break the good news to Tenzin that he's down another kid. Night of 1,000 stars. Time to tie up the unimportant B-plot that absolutely no one was invested in. Bolin pretends that he has an arc, Mako stays locked up, and getting kicked in the dick would be less painful than this forced mess. Start off in prison, where finally in the spotlight, Bolin has come to rub it into his brother's face that he has become the Drake, while Mako is the Josh. You will never be better than me. I already am. At the premiere, Varric is being great, while he kidnaps the president. Bolin steps up and oh fuck this plot. Bolin saves the day, Korra's here now, big whoopity-doo. The president still won't do anything, and this happens.
No! God! No! God, please, no! No! No!
I'm saving my vocal cords for my actual review of the season, but this is just awful. Cutting away to Sibby Blackbriar, who lends the crew his battleship, and cutting away from that, we go back to the South Pole for more bad dialogue.
I'm too strong for you. You're no brother of mine.
Yada yada yada, Unalaq wins, let's move on. Harmonic convergence. Dark avatars are now canon. Fuck me. Boomy flutes his way into a win. Also, Unalaq got the kite out of the tree. I see dead people Jinora is dying. Korra is pre-gaming. Troll Bolin is loving the mess that Mako has gotten himself into and can't get out of. Best, and I will say this again, the best sibling Boomy keeps getting shit on, so you know he's going to be important later. Desna and Escas ask their father if this is going a bit too far, but once a spirit inside him, Unalaq is not going to let go of his fetish just yet. The fight for the world begins, and it's over. Better with her hair down, Korra sees her father again, and we finally get the scene. The scene that broke me, and everyone else who's ever taken this show seriously.
When harmonic convergence comes, I will fuse with Vatu. And together we will become the new Avatar. A dark Avatar.
Fucking fanfiction. All hope is lost as they realize Boomy is all they have left. Rex the dinosaur Boomy finds a spirit, and after a failed attempt to fight it, shows his flute, and suddenly it's game. He comes up with a plan that goes horribly wrong, but works. His sister's Shadow Desna gets his only moment of actual character defending his father, and showing an iota of emotion. Boomy frees the rest, and they all rush to the portal, where they fail. Darkness falls. Fate of the world, wacky hijinks, massive disappointments, a pointlessly bleak climax, all of this and more in a story I have completely checked out of. Now, Korra starts the episode by blowing Unalaq all the way back to the human world so that the brothers have something to fail at. With that distraction out of the way, Korra squares up against the dollar store villain. Somewhere in the spirit world, the disappointments are trying to find Jinora and suck at it. More awkward spirit world jokes.
The same mushroom?
Yes, I am.
The children are all fighting till the original series comes in to carry the show. Over in the actual fight, Korra nearly loses, then nearly wins, but you should always remember, never sleep on crazy. Fail at everything twins are put on ice. Fetish Unalaq finally gets to have a spirit come inside him, so prepare for disappointment. Over with the callback kids, we get with the one shout out I actually liked.
In here.
I am Zhao the Conqueror. I am the Moon Slayer. I will capture the Avatar.
No self-worth Tenzin gets left alone and sees his dad, who tells him to shut up and love himself. Clearing Alduin's mist, he finds the only child you actually like. Rockin' a hard-placed Korra is getting crushed by Unalaq. Over in the spirit world, Bolin is busy seducing the guard, but then has to get bailed out by his brother. Korra gets some face-sucking from her uncle, who rips out Rava, and in the most pointless of moves, the other avatars are destroyed. So now the writers don't have to explain why Aang never helps Korra anymore. Dark Avatar reaches his final form, which looks like the love child of Hexus, Manta Ray, and the Green Goblin, in a red onesie. Light in the dark. Who wanted this? Can I get a show of hands? Who wanted to see a kaiju battle in Avatar? Starting back up in Republic City, the place where the story goes to die, Godzilla Unalaq is here to attack and be petty. While all of this is happening, Korra is crying about not being the Avatar again. Finally, a mentor Tenzin gives her a pep talk and trivia about this tree, which he knows about, but didn't know about Vaatu or Rava. Fuck it, whatever. Ripping themselves off now. They use the spirit person thing from the original, so apparently being able to bend the energy within yourself, and get ready for this, means spirit giant. Teleporting to fight generic spirit monster with energy blast because anime always makes things better. It doesn't. Corruption almost happens. Jinora has her Jesus moment. Korra fists Unalaq to rip out Rava, then uses the spirit purification thing to make him disappear. Just like your hopes for the show. Quickest rebound in history, Korra is the Avatar again. The twins could care less that their dad is dead.
It seems Cousin Korra is under the impression we are saddened by our father's demise.
But I will not miss him at all. In the end, he became a deplorable man.
Agreed. But how will we explain this to Mother?
So,
Eska calls off the manhunt for Bolin, then to cap off more poor decisions and bad setup, and after all the chaos of spirits and humans interacting, Korra decides to keep the portals open. Are you kidding me? Well, on the positive side though, the season ends on a high note, with Mako and Korra not getting back together. Thank God. And Bolin pops in to make fun of him. The Southern Water Tribe has won its independence and decided to elect the Prince of the Northern Water Tribe to be their chief. Animal Farm, anyone? And Korra tells the world the spirits are here to stay, and the show ends with the spirits hanging around in the sky, ready to possess some poor fool. Hooray?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So this season is awful. The bad stuff is really bad. Every good thing it did either messes up or gets ruined later on. I have a lot of real thoughts on this season, and the first season in general. So for next week, I'll be doing a full review of just season 1 and season 2. Moving forward, I'll try to trade off between summaries and reviews. My schedule is a bit insane right now, so sadly I can't condense all of it into one video. But I hope you all enjoy this one. Like, share, and subscribe. Help this channel grow. I want that 50k subscriber count, so let's make it happen. Praise me and hate me in the comments, and you all stay honest, Sarcastic fans.